Hey guys, so I decided I'd go ahead and make a little quick video just to show you how I make my peanut butter cookies. These are a favorite. They were my dad's favorite for sure. They're also my son Ethan's favorite. My boys all love them. But anyway, a lot of people love them. So just wanted to show you real quick. What I've got here is 1 stick of butter and a little over half a cup of peanut butter. And this is 2 cups of all-purpose organic flour. And to the flour, I'm going to add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of baking soda. So I'm going to put those over into the flour. I'm going to go ahead and whisk this together. And we may not use all of this flour mixture. With peanut butter cookies, you really have to pay attention to, like, you know, whether it's sticky or whether it's smooth. We just don't want it to be sticky whenever we start making it into the cookie balls. So I'm going to go ahead and mix my butter and peanut butter together, and then I'll add in my sugar and molasses, 2 eggs, and some vanilla extract. And that's the total of this recipe. It's a very simple recipe. So I'm going to mix this together and then we'll add in the other stuff. And see, that's really creamy now. And I'm going to add in this 1 cup of sugar. That was the oven preheating. I've got it preheating to 350. And this is about 2 tablespoons of molasses. I told you guys in another video that I was making that if you're not using molasses in your cookies, you are messing up, because molasses just makes cookies so much better. It helps with the texture and the flavor. So that is what I use. Alright, got my molasses in. In goes the 2 eggs. And then I am also going to add in a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And I use pure vanilla extract, not vanilla flavoring. Guys, if you don't know, vanilla flavoring is far from the real thing. Vanilla flavoring has something to do with a beaver's anal glands. You do not want that in your baked goods. So use the pure vanilla extract, please. All right, 1 teaspoon. And I'm gonna mix this up, and then we'll start adding in the flour a little at a time. And you see how quick this comes together. It's a really simple recipe. All right, now what I do is I add a little bit of flour at a time. This is probably going to be like, you know, 3/4 of a cup to a cup that I'm adding in now. And instead of mixing it, I'm going to use my spatula and just fold it in and see if I can keep up with the texture that way. You want it to be a good cookie consistency, but you don't want it to get too much flour in there, because if you get too much in there, they're just going to be dry. You don't want dry cookies. And you can tell whenever you have enough in there, because it'll start holding together better like a dough, and it won't be so sticky. You'll be able to touch it and it not be sticky anymore. I'm going to add a little more flour. And like I said, I just add a little bit at a time, because I don't want it to be too much. And your flour will start sticking to the edges of your bowl some, but that's okay. Just keep on whisking it around, mixing it in. See, it still hasn't come together quite like we want it yet. Add in a little more. And like I said, that was only 2 cups of flour, so you won't need any more than that. It may only be like 1.5 cups that you need, but you want to make sure that you don't put too much. You want to have enough, but not too much. And see how it's starting to form more of a cookie dough consistency now? So I'm going to get this flour incorporated in, and then I'm going to check it with my finger. And I do always make sure that my hands are clean before I start cooking. Always put your hair up. Always make sure your hands and your utensils in your kitchen is clean. Everything needs to be clean, especially if you're cooking for other people. All right, now I'm just going to tap it. See how it's kind of sticking to my finger? That tells you need a little bit more. So I'm going to put just a little dusting over it. And then I'm going to mix this in again. Make sure you scrape the bottom of your bowl so that you're getting all of that flour. All right, I'm going to check it again. All right, now it's not sticking to my finger so bad. So see that? That's what you want. So I'm going to wash the peanut butter mixture off my hands, and I'm going to use a scoop to scoop them onto a little cookie sheet. So I'm scooping these onto cookie sheets. I'm almost done. And I've got these little scoopers. I just love them. I use them for so many things. But that's what I'm doing, is putting them onto the cookie sheets with that. Now, with peanut butter cookies, they usually have a little cross hatch over the top of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to spray a little bit of Pam on my hands, and then I'm going to roll these into balls. And it doesn't take but just a second. And as you can see, they just roll up really easily. Almost done getting these rolled up. Very simple steps. Now what I'm going to do is I've got a fork with the remaining flour that I had that I didn't put into the cookies. So I'm just coating that flour or that fork in some flour, and then I'm just going to press down one way and then press down the other way on the cookies. Dip it back in the flour, and we'll do it again. And it just gives that little crosshatch look that everybody associates with peanut butter cookies. Doesn't really change the flavor. It doesn't really do anything to make them taste any different. Just makes them cute. Just makes you think peanut butter. Almost done. So they all have their little hatch marks on them now. They all look really cute, look like peanut butter cookies are supposed to look. I'm going to put these in a 350-degree oven. Now, normally with cookies, I would only bake them like 10 to 11 minutes, With these, you do not want to overbake them. I cannot stress that enough. You do not want to overbake them. So I'll check these at about 9 minutes. And it's set for 9 minutes, and I'll let you know how they turn out. All right, guys, they're done. That is 9 minutes in the oven, and that's the way you want them to look. They're barely starting to brown around the edge. And these need to cool on the pan for at least a minute or two before you take them off and cool them completely on a wire rack. But that's how they look, and they will be absolutely delicious. There you go. See you next time.